Hey guys, today cabbage roll casserole. That's what I called it my whole life while my mother was making it. I continued to make it. I love cabbage rolls, and most people do, but it takes an awful lot of time to do it. And this takes a quarter of the time, and it tastes exactly like cabbage rolls. So the first thing I do is take my cabbage and I cut it off the core and cut it into cubes and take any kind of thick pieces out of there. After that, I put it in a tall pot. I cover it with water. I put it on the stove. I don't want to cook it. I just want to make sure that that cabbage is a little bit wilted. While that's on the stove, I cut my onions up and my garlic, as much or as little as you like. And in goes the meat. Usually I use lean ground meat or extra lean ground meat, but anything that you like, even turkey, veal, pork, anything that you would normally use for your cabbage rolls will work. I salt and pepper it to taste. Then I start putting in my seasonings. This is an all-purpose Italian blend of herbs that's really quick when you're in a hurry, just to grab that bottle and give it a shake. And of course my cilantro. I always have to have my cilantro, and it absolutely tastes fantastic in cabbage rolls. And in goes the rice. I use long grain converted rice. You can use any kind of rice you like and that you would normally put in your cabbage rolls. You can even use minute rice if you need to. I just find that the long grain converted rice holds its form better. Then you're going to give that a really good mix. I don't normally wear gloves, but I had a boo-boo from the garden, and I figured if I was going to immerse my entire hand in food, I best wear a glove. After the meat's all done, I put it aside and I get my cabbage and make sure it's really well drained. Now it's time to put it all together. I usually put tomato juice, just regular tomato juice, on the bottom of the casserole dish. Then I start to put a layer of the ground meat mixture on top of the tomato juice. Then I take my cabbage and I put a layer on top of that. Then I repeat the process, so it's going to be cabbage, ground meat, all the way to the top of the casserole dish. Your top layer should always end with cabbage. Then what I do is take my tomato juice and make sure I cover all of the cabbage. I do fill the casserole up to about 3/4 full. I take a wooden spoon, or anything will work actually, and I help that tomato juice get down to the bottom of the dish by just pulling it away from the walls just a tiny bit. And on goes the lid. I'll bake this at 350 to 375 until the meat's fully cooked. I do want to mention, halfway through the cooking time, I do put more tomato juice in it. I take the lid off, I put a little bit more juice in it, and I let the top cook a little bit. Then I get my tomato juice, the extra that was left over, and I heat it up on the stove and put salt and pepper in it. So when I go to plate it up, I put my cabbage roll casserole in my dish, I put my tomato juice on top, a little bit of fresh parsley from the garden, and voila, you have a beautiful dinner. Till next time, hey do.